Hey, I'm new at this, and I'll probably get better as time goes by, I'm sure. I'm posting this video and sharing it with everybody so that we might prevent this from happening to another family. My brother's name was Graham McLean, and he was a drug addict. This past weekend on Friday, we buried my brother, who's 27 years old. He is a father of a 6-year-old. And he lost the fight. Graham had a very good support system around him. We just didn't know. We just didn't know. He lived with my parents. He was on house arrest for crazy things that he did to get drugs. But the important thing I think people don't know about my brother or drug addicts in general is that they weren't always drug addicts. They always didn't have these problems. They were regular people, just like you and me. Graham went to school, he went to high school, he had dreams, he had ambitions, until the drugs took over. And it's so funny because all of our kids try these recreational drugs, and you think it's just high school stuff, it's never going to amount to anything more, and it does. It amounts to more for a lot of people. I mean, at this point, drugs is killing more people, more of our youth, per family than cancer. That is incredible. What a statistic. In the 3 months prior to my brother Graham's death, he buried 9 of his friends from drug overdose. That makes him number 10 in 3 months. I don't even know 10 people who've died of cancer in the last year. 6 years, to be real. I've always said that I didn't want my brothers I don't want his death to be in vain. At Graham's funeral, we allowed his friends, even the bad ones, in hopes that, this would change someone else or make them realize that it's not a joke. It really isn't. And they all came and they paid their respects and how much they loved him and wish he was still here. And to give you the idea of how serious this problem is that these same kids that cried about my brother at his casket went to the wake and were doing the same drugs in the parking lot. Like they just watched my brother in his casket with his 6-year-old daughter, and they still did drugs in the parking lot. They heard my son cry, pain that I've never seen or heard out of my son in my life as he talked about his uncle. They see my mom say goodbye to her baby, the youngest of all of her children, and still they did drugs in the parking lot. They listened to stories about our brother. They told stories about our brother, and they still did drugs in the parking lot. That tells you how serious this addiction is. And I just feel like somebody has to start saying something or doing something or fighting for something so that we don't have any more of this senseless death, Turn in the drug dealers. Turn your children in for doing drugs. You're not doing them any favors by keeping them out of jail or trying to fix things or pick up the pieces. What you're doing is you're enabling them. You're enabling them. Our family goes back now and thinks about how many different things you can't make a drug addict not want to be a drug addict. But you can try and help them the right way. Whether that's getting help or putting them in a facility or whatever. I'm probably going to put a few of these videos up from time to time. Not many because it exposes my my feelings and whatever, but I think it's important to see the pain that drugs cause families and people. I love them. I'm never going to see him again, and I don't want somebody else to suffer that same fate. Watch their mom or their siblings. We have to stop drugs. We have to stop illegal drugs. We have to stop it. And I think today it starts with me. I told my brother in his casket he would not die in vain, and that I'm going to fight all day, even if it helps save only one person. So yeah, my brother was Graham McLean. He was 27 years old. He was a drug addict, and he's dead. Something to think about.